From PEP Radio Studios, it's time for Today in History for June 22nd. On June 22nd, 1938, in a rematch that bore the weight of both geopolitical symbolism and African-American representation, American Joe Louis knocked out German Max Schmeling in just 2 minutes and 4 seconds to retain his heavyweight boxing title in front of 70,000 spectators at New York's Yankee Stadium. Also in the state in 1815, Napoleon Bonaparte abdicated for a second time as Emperor of the French. In 1941, Nazi Germany launched Operation Barbarossa, a massive and ultimately ill-fated invasion of the Soviet Union that would prove pivotal to the Allied victory over the Axis powers. In 1944, President Franklin Delano Roosevelt signed the Servicemen's Readjustment Act of 1944, more popularly known as the GI Bill of Rights, which provided tuition coverage, unemployment support, and low-interest home and business loans to returning veterans. In 1945, the World War II Battle of Okinawa ended with an Allied victory. In 1970, President Richard Nixon signed an extension of the Voting Rights Act of 1965 that lowered the minimum voting age to 18. In 1977, John N. Mitchell became the first former U.S. Attorney General to go to prison as he began serving a sentence for his role in the Watergate cover-up. In 1981, Mark David Chapman pleaded guilty to killing rock star and former Beatle John Lennon. In 1986, Argentine soccer player Diego Maradona scored the infamous Hand of God goal in the quarterfinals of the FIFA World Cup against England, giving Argentina a 1-0 lead. Maradona would follow minutes later with a remarkable individual effort that became known as the goal of the century, and Argentina won 2-1. In 1992, the United States Supreme Court in R.A.V. v. City of St. Paul unanimously ruled that hate crime laws that banned cross-burning and similar expressions of racial bias violated free speech rights. In 2011, after evading arrest for 16 years, mob boss James Whitey Bulger was captured in Santa Monica, California. And in 2012, former Penn State assistant football coach Jerry Sandusky was convicted by a jury in Bellefonte, Pennsylvania on 45 counts of sexually assaulting 10 boys over 15 years. Sandusky would be later sentenced to 30 to 60 years in prison. That's Today in History for June 22nd, 2026. Up next, we have more smooth, soulful jazz on PEP Radio.